Ndị be anyị ndewonu. Ọ bụ Ada Igbo na-ekwu na Igbo Media. N'Igbo Media, anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara ihe na-emegasị na Biafra Land, n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. N'ụbọchị nke taata, o nwere ihe bịara n'iru akwụkwọ anyị nke anyị ga-agụpụtara unu n'ụbọchị taa. Anyị gụpụtachaa ya, unu egee ya ka ọha n'uju. Ị ga-esie ya, ị drọpụọla your comment, like kwa this our video and gbasakwa ya ka o ruo ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ. Breaking news: Fulani Caliphate dismantled. Trump exposed Sultan of Sokoto terrorist link, bans Sokoto Caliphate. Ya bụ ozi ka ejiri abịa tata na Igbo Media. Ị ga-esie ya bụ ozi, gbaa mbọ gwa anyị iche ma mekwa ka ozi alụta ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche aka. Ngwa gere ya ka ọha n'uju.
Immediate investigation, the highest level, with the consideration of declaring the Sokoto Caliphate an international terror organization. And treated as such. Predator drones and Tomahawk missiles go a lot further at stopping this stuff than sanctions ever will. And that's what's warranted here. It is a genocidal regime. It is a terrorist organization. Amen. And finally, focus international efforts, focus attention on restoring the internally displaced. Justice and restoration. Again, this will prevent as many as 5-6 million from being radicalized in the next 5 years. It's existential. We must focus on the internally displaced. Not just as human beings, not just as Christians, but it's in our vital national interest to do so. And the restoration of IDPs to their rightful fatherlands, that will require the purging of the jihadis. But we don't do it to kill the jihadis, we do it to restore justice. We do it to restore the IDPs. That's necessary. Congressional delegation charges of genocide against the Tinubu regime, declaring the caliphate a terrorist organization, and restoring the internally displaced. That's how you uproot this. That's how you fix it. Everything else is just window dressing.
Okay, the US government have told Tinubu to what, and the Nigerian government to make sure that they arrest the 15 names that was released by the Tinubu government for terrorism in Nigeria, and at the same time they've given Tinubu and the government another opportunity for them to disarm this Fulani bandit, and at the same time release Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Jackson. What's your take as regards?
Yes, I think with what is happening currently now, yes, the tables in Natural Rock are already shaking already. You know, there is uproar among Tinubu's internal circle. You know, everybody is in disagreement. And I like a lot that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called emergency meeting more than 10 times, and they were not able to factor how they are going to resolve the ultimatum that have been presented by the United States government. Those things that US is talking about, is for them, it's virtually impossible, and the time is running out. So, in the quest to put a kind of showman's agenda or on point, you know, they went and listed these names. They listed now, talking about those who are behind sponsorship of bandits, terrorism in Nigeria, have been with the federal government for years. They know about it, and nothing was being done. You can see why the United States government say they are not serious. They are not seeing anything serious. So until Donald Trump came and ignite, some level of check and balance, well, they were not able to do anything. And look at the list they released, as if they just compiled the list now. Those who are sponsoring Boko Haram and bandits in Nigeria have been known by the government for years. Why are they not telling us now they are just releasing the list? So what do you want, that we should celebrate them? Oh, they have done enough investigation and you will just have the list now. The list has always been there and they refuse to act on it. They are making mockery of themselves, you know, they are celebrating mediocrity. Now it has become very clear, you know, that the US boot is going to match this ground. there's nothing you can do about it. And the fear, like they were hearing very clearly, that the Fulanis, I know, that outside themselves now are rejecting, are already calling for possible disintegration of Nigeria before the United States Army steps in. All of them, they are sponsoring bandits. Look at the list. The list has been there. They are all Northerners.
There's no simple Igbo or Yoruba.
That they are on, unless maybe there's another secret list that are going to manifest anytime.
So are the Igbos vindicated?
You understand? Bros, what are you talking about? Igbos are not terrorists. The list they brought them from God. Did you see Martin and the Kano name there? Did you see Simon Ekpa name there? Unfortunately, Simon Ekpa and Martin and the Kano's name is not in the list. Then how come federal government labeled them terrorists? You see why the United States government are wiser than them. Nigeria is going to expose themselves to the point of total collapse and disintegration. They are the ones that walk into that trap. They walk into that trap, knowingly or unknowingly, to a point, that every region in this country will call for total separation. Everybody go their way. Because that is where it is heading. If you like, accept it. If you don't like, leave it. Because there's some deep level of corrupt compromises targeted against one particular people. Then Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who knows about this list for years now, order for the arrest. Is it now that I want to order for the arrest? Okay, he doesn't know that the list exists. You want to tell me that you don't have access? There's no intelligence support.
Bury the same thing in 2021 for 7 names were kept or under the carpet, maybe because of the Fulani.
Okay, they are the same political party. He's involved. All of them are involved in what is happening in Nigeria. You cannot tell me they are not exempted. Yes, they are all proxies of sponsorship, of banditry, conquest. Muslim ticket is a conquest agenda. It's a political conquest agenda. There's nothing anybody can tell me about that. Unfortunately now, the only people who are not compromising today are the Biafrans, the Igbo Biafrans, who are not selling out to this unfortunate Islamic government in Nigeria. They are the ones. So you can see where the anger, attack, oppression, and suppression is coming from. Because it's a clear-cut agenda that nobody will stop this agenda. But they don't know how God works. The whole thing has been exposed to the international community now. How are they going to cover it up? The more they try to cover it up, the more it leaks. That list you are seeing there has been there since 1999. Every successive government that comes, they try to cover it up. They don't want the north to be hot. Everybody's afraid the northern Fulani. And now, who is afraid of the northern Fulani? The same people. And it was done when America said no. Are you going to stand up now? You can see in less than 2 weeks, the concept, the structure of the presidency has been wobbling. To an extent, he went as far as, bringing the likes of the Nomokri and the rest of them, which the whole world has condemned. Career ambassadors and non-career ambassadors. We are still talking about that. You went and brought somebody you have sacked for 2 years ago, you brought him back. Because I've never seen this kind of a thing. There's total confusion. There's total disengagement. The Senate is not functioning. The House of Reps is not functioning. But they can see that what they care more is how they will continue to share the resources of this country and go to 2023, 27 election. And why it is very important to note that what the United States of America, Nigeria have lost their sovereignty, not two ways about it, should come quickly and puncture this unfortunate ambition they are nursing against the innocent citizens of this country. Thank you. Continue now.
Okay, but the US are pressuring Tinubu. They said what? Tinubu must abolish Sharia law. But the South of Sokoto is saying no human being, no government on earth can stop Sharia. They said it's not possible, never, that Trump cannot stay in America and decide what will happen. That Sharia law must stand. Is this not the coming of Biafra?
Of course, total disintegration and that's the celebration. If America will make good their word and stand on it, because Nigeria can corrupt any system. That, see, Nigeria is number one in that. When Nigeria enters your country, well, you know, they are ready to empty the entire oil well, free of charge, just to make sure that Igbo man is not had anywhere, that Igbo man is not in the presidency. There's nothing, anything that has to do with Biafra dies. But let us watch and see how they are going to succeed in Donald Trump's agenda. How they are going to sell America totally, compromise America on this issue. We are watching.
So you feel that?
So if you don't want Sharia, if they say ban Sharia, if that means you said no.
Sultan said no. He said no, it's not possible.
Who are you? Okay, you are going to practice it in your own side and allow other people also to practice their own on their own side. That means what Mario Rabio, Ted Cruz, Ralimo, especially Ralimo, who said that all options will be given to Donald Trump. Full menu. So Donald Trump have options. Immediately the American would land on this country and there is any pim, then he will say, okay, for national peace and stability, please, you that owns this region and this territory, please, whatever pleases you, go and do there. And this region, whatever pleases you, go and do there. And that is only when the solution will come. If you believe in Sharia, go and do your Sharia. As simple as that. If you believe in Songo, go and do your Songo. Whatever you believe in, don't impose anything on anybody. Yes, don't impose on anybody. And that is why they are anything that's contrary to the American international policy, foreign policy, they don't joke with it. Nigeria is a secular nation, and you don't have right to impose any religion on anybody. As simple as that. So if the Sokoto, you know, is attacking the US government back, there's nothing that's going to stop them. He is right. What it means that, you know, Nigeria is no longer a secular nation, because Nigeria was registered as an OIC member by Babangida himself. So in the consciousness of the Fulani illegal political agenda is that Nigeria is an Islamic nation. And I repeat, at what point was that real? A secular nation. As what? So you can see that they continue to push this political agenda from the back. And now, he said this region is not, he said you must kill them. The people who get power now don't come. And they said it must stop. Then let us see what is going to happen. And when you resist them, they have what it takes to stop you too. We have been on the receiving side. But let us not pray that a time will come when Christians will be radicalized. It will be too dangerous for this country. The Christians you are seeing up and down, as you are seeing them, and you feel that they are gentle, they don't have power, they cannot even kill ordinary rat. Christians you are seeing, okay, I can tell you the history of Christians in the world. Because radicalization was removed, I think they are cowards. Christians in Nigeria are not cowards. And I can tell you that 100%.
Well, we saw over 70 bandits arrested by Amatekun there in Ogun State and in Ibadan. We saw even recently in Ibadan, we saw so many influx of them coming to Ibadan. But Amatekun, is the division of Nigeria not inevitable? Because when the Fulani continue to invade and attack people in the west, in the south, the east.
Let me tell you, there's no need of wasting time. But the fact still remains is that, you know, they leverage on unity. Nigeria is one. So you can't stop them from going to anywhere they want to go.
Daalụnụ rinne maka isonyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị taata na Igbo Media. Ọ bụ na ihe anyị na-ewetara gị dị gị mma, gbaa mbọ gbasaa ozi a ma mekwa ka ozi a rute ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche aka. Ngwa ka ọ dị.